Uh, Last week, one of our moderator, she created a poll uh, of the question what you are struggling with the most of creating or building the new habits or leaving or removing the unhealthy habits as well. And a couple of peoples they were voted towards creating a new habit, and also the same almost same number of people they say they are struggling with the removing the old habit as well. So basically, our group community, where a lot of audience at the moment may be watching as well, they are from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective group, Facebook group. We have built almost 35,000 active member community at the same time. So uh, and everybody is very eager and they want to build certain habits, and that's why the 7 habit idea is very important for many people. And but before going to habits, what actually habits are, I would like to quote Aristotle, a great philosopher of any age even. He said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. So it is a mastery code that if you want to become master in anything, you must repeat that thing again and again, again and again until you get mastery in that thing, in that process, in that building something, in that removing something. That's amazing quote. You can consider this. But before that, further um, into the habits thing, the idea of habit is so popular with within last 30 to 40 years in whole wide world. The Stephen Covey, the author of the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, when he launched the 7 habit book, everybody start to just amazed, because everybody start to waiting for something which is a really need of the demand on that time. And the notion, the word habit actually were very fascinating, and people start to think that they start to change their paradigm, that success, you can be on the path of success when you have certain habits. And if you don't have habits, productive habits, healthy habits, then you won't be on the path of success. You will be living a mediocre uh, path of your life, or you will be on a path of failure. So people start to buy this book, and millions of copies have been sold already. Still today, we are in 2021, and almost 31 years have been passed, but this book is still in publishing, and everybody is reading this. The reason why, because it based on habits, and these are not the habits of on a superficial level. These are the habits which are related with principles, which have a support and back of principle, with timeless natural principle. That was the Stephen Covey was really successful to transformation of millions of life across the globe. And he was able to build a big company named Franklin Covey as well. And they are working still very successfully as well. So habit is very important, and the healthy habit or habit which is supported by natural laws, principles, are the ultimate habits which you can build, and that you need to build with cognition, with your mental focus on these by learning the habit stuff. So, and that's why that book uh, were booming on that time, and still it's bringing the transformation of all people in our world. So I just want to share my quick story how the 7 habits came in my world, in my life, and how it changed. So basically, I was working in my university, and there I was invited for a workshop, and that workshop was on that book, The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. That's first I learned the sound. I learned the idea habits. How does it mean? I'm in a corporate business university, and how the world, how it can be changed, how I mean, habits can transform my life while I'm at work. What is related? What is habits to do with me or with my success? I know my success is belongs to money or my higher job rank, or maybe some more scholarly work, but it's nothing to do with habits. But when I attend this workshop, it was for 2 days, that it totally changed my life. And then I came across that actually behind all success, there are certain habits, and such as the seven habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey. They are supporting and dragging and controlling your life if you are a really truly leader. And that's why I start to work on my habit. I start to read that book, and then slowly and gradually it's transformed my life. And then it totally today I'm changed. My many people who are my student, who are my colleagues, who are my friend and family, they also change their life as well. So that's a quick story about the habit. But before I'm going to quick overview what the habit mean by Stephen Covey, I would like to say you about the healthy habit or unhealthy habit, which was a topic for the poll, which Zara, our moderator, created the poll as well. So unhealthy, if you see the screen, there are a couple of listing. I made it about the healthy habit. It is being a proactive. It means he or she is very emotionally intelligent. He or she does prioritize things. These are the very healthy habit. Healthy habit also, they focus on begin with end in mind, to creating a goals, schedules, and also they have the habits to sharpen the saw. It does mean that they always in development process of building the habits. So that's also one of the great habit. Again, the think win-win or creative cooperation, when you are dealing with your spouse, when dealing with children, with your boss, with negotiating with a salary or any sale. Think win-win is a great habit when it comes across. Again, the self-discipline, and some of the those work which creates highly productivity for you. All these are related with healthy habits. Unlikely the unhealthy habit, which uh, is a topic for removing them. The people are struggling to removing, like they are become very aggressive, they become very emotional, they start to feel jealousy or angry or become reactive, or do the things very urgently, or they do the things without any planning. So these are unhealthy habits. Yeah, that is, I think, that related with the poll. Also, the unhealthy habit related, they always busy in the activity which are urgent but not important, or very least important. They always in that. For example, watching the TV, watching the news, chit chat with the friends all the time on chatting. I mean, these are obviously unhealthy habits. They do gossips, or I mean everything. If we do out of the boundary and limit, then all start to become unhealthy. Also unhealthy means they don't update their knowledge. They are always uh, act or speak based on their outdated or previous knowledge. So also they have very closed mindset. They have scarcity mindset, and they think that, oh, the things will finish, um, and they don't believe on abundance mentality. these are the unhealthy habits or mindset as well. They have fears, and that fear turn into long-term anxiety as well. They believe on lose win win, or a lose lose type of things, because um, uh, they have their mindset in the way, or they do procrastinate, they distract their any good action with any small distraction as well. So this is also an unhealthy habit, that people get distracted. For example, nowadays is a social media. The social media is a greatest obstacle in today's world, where you can't focus on one thing. Suddenly a Twitter or Facebook or chat or WhatsApp start to produce the sound from your smartphone or smart device, and you start to focus what was that message, or what that notification, and that does not make you focus. This is absolutely unhealthy habit, and we must work on that habit. So now let's discuss quickly about what actually habit means. uh, so habit actually, Stephen Covey says in his book that habit is actually the intersection of your knowledge and skill and your desire to become. That is, and when you form all these things, that makes your habit. So if you want to build habit, then you need to have its knowledge. You need to learn about this thing, like a student. You need to read couple of articles, watch couple of videos, read book about what you are trying to build, what actually is a benefit of this thing, or what are pros and cons of this thing. Once you will have this knowledge, then you need to start to build skill in that certain habit you want to build. And that's more important than you, are you passionate about building that habit, or just it's a habit without your natural voice. You are just imitating or copying other to build a habit. If this is a case, then this habit is not for you. The habits actually it speaks from your inside. It demands from your inside to build, and that's the right time to do it. And now you need to get knowledge. Now you need to learn the skill, or if develop the skill if you have already. And now this is the desire which you want to achieve. So when all these three things, knowledge, skills, and desire, w- when they meet with each other, then you start to make habit, and then you need to do repetition. You need to repeat again and again so that it becomes a stable habit. Usually, um, many gurus and coaches, they say you need to create habit for at least 30 days, 40 days challenge. Like any habit you want to create, you must do it repeatedly after within 30 to 40 days, and then it start to become part of your life. So that is one of the key when you can do as well. So for example, the habit, the greatest habit which described by Dr. Stephen Covey in the Seven Habits book are, is, many of you know about these habits. These habits are: be proactive. The second habit, begin with end in mind. The third, the put first thing first. The fourth habit, think win-win. And fifth habit, seek first to understand and then to be understood. Habit number six is synergize, and habit number seven is sharpen the saw. So, and habit number eight also, it's a separate book which is uh, uh, about the voice. The eighth habit, find your voice and inspire other to find their voice. So, is excellent. So, when you start to work on these habits, especially these habits which is in the book, these are not ordinary habits. These are greatest habit which you can ever build, and you will transform your life totally. If you are struggling with yourself, if you are struggling with interpersonal relationship, or if you are struggling to update your things, So these are the habits which you can build with yourself. So obviously our topic for today is not about building these habits, specifically what these habits are, but I want to tell you about what habit means are. So we will discuss in details as well about each of habit if you are interested in my next Sunday session. Otherwise, we will continue to discuss about notion of the habit. So before I close these habits stuff, there are two three things which Stephen Covey in the book Seven Habits have shared with us about what are the habits related stuff. So he says, by working on knowledge, skill, and desire, we can break through the new level of personal and interpersonal effectiveness as we break with old paradigm that may have a source of pseudo security for years. So this is a great thought from the Stephen Covey, and obviously everybody who is struggling their personal victory, their personal success, or they are struggling with the building relationship with the wife, with husband, with children, with colleagues, with boss, with others, anyone, they need to have a breakthrough through these creating and formation of habits. And obviously, you need to change your mind, which you have been have a bad mindset or a incorrect mindset for years. Like when this book launched in 1989, before that, the idea of success were different without habit, and possibly it was related with his industrial mindset or hunter and gather age mindset or farming age mindset. These were the criteria of success when this book came, and that era was also the advancement of technology started when the computer and information technology start to spread in the world. Then the idea of habits and information knowledge worker age, that start to change the people mind. And that's why if you see it in last 30 to 40 years, amazing development has been happened across the world. Big brands, big companies, big corporations, they are working and they are changing every day our life. And look at, for example, WhatsApp. Look at, for example, Apple or Microsoft or Mercedes or McDonald's. So they are the big brand, for example, and they are changing our life. They are directly affecting our life positively, and possibly negatively, but they are influencing us greatly because they they are the product of our information working age, and we cannot work in our current information knowledge worker age until we have strong habits. And these habits, first we start to work them, then these habits start to work on us to make more advanced and more strong and endurance leader, um, uh, a determined leader, a leader who can change the life of not only myself but also can impact on other people's life. So that's the importance of habit. The last thing for in regards to the habit, Stephen Covey is saying about why we need habits actually. Anybody can tell that why we need habit?
Just to live in a routine.
Mhm. But what is the ultimate purpose of in a routine? Why we want to build a routine or we want to follow a routine? Why? What is
Of
the
course,
end result we want to get?
to utilize the maximum potential, like human potential that we have as a human.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That is one of the reason. But what is the ultimate reason is to have a happiness, which Stephen Covey is saying, why want we want to build habit? Because we want to be happier person. And we cannot be a happier person, like you saying, when we do not have a when we cannot unleash our potential by building our routines. So that's our in part of consistency. That's right. So we need a habit, obviously, to create peace and happiness and harmony with myself and with my environment. That's my ultimate purpose of my happiness, by my habit. But sometime or often it's a painful process as well. When because creating the new habits is a painful process, because you are opposing your existing bad lifestyle or routines, and you want to uh, replace with the new things which we never created. So it is a painful process for your mind as well, and for your body as well. So that's Stephen Covey is saying, it's sometimes a painful process. It's a change that has to be motivated by a higher purpose, by willingness to subordinate what you think you want now for what you want later. But this produce happiness. So if you are spiritually connected with your new habits, you know that at the result of my new habits or new routine or new lifestyle, which have a great spiritual connection as well, that is going to give you a truly happier or happiness as well. Then obviously you can create the habit more easily. If you don't have a higher purpose, or you have a just superficial purpose of creating habit, or a low value goals of creating habit, obviously these habit won't work with you. Habits, the strong habits will work for you only automatically once you connect it with your soul, once you connect with your mental intelligence, because you know that what is the consequences and the beauty and the great result you are going to get and yield from these habits. Otherwise, I mean, many people, we want to change ourselves, but we cannot change ourselves because we have a very low value reasons why we want to change. Okay, okay, that's fine. If I want to change, I want to reduce my weight, I and I need to look well, good, and slim and fit. If that is my reason, this is a low value reason which I'm going to make my weight management as well. But if I'm going to say that I want to be a active and long live person, so that I can contribute in my family, for myself and for my community, that's why I need to be feel slim and fit and manage my weight. Then obviously that is a purpose which is a smart purpose, which has some spiritual connection. And now if you want to build the habit of eating less or doing a exercise, now you can do exercise more better with less struggle. Then because now there is a higher purpose behind it. So therefore every habit which you want to build, if you have a higher purpose, then you can build it easily, and with the repetition, the magic of repetition, then you can do it. I hope that clarifies uh, the idea of habit. And the last thing about uh, some of the things which I have note down for you guys about foundation of making habits. What are the couple of things you should do, you must do, if you want to make habits? And when you start to make habits, you will automatically remove your unhealthy habits. That's the ultimate result of your creating healthy habit. So you don't have to work on your unhealthy habit. Just, in my opinion, just create your productive habit. uh, and those habits which are based on principle, which connect with your higher purpose, and stick with them. Then bad habits, unhealthy habits, uh, bad routines will automatically transform into the new person what you want to become. That's ultimate thing. So there are around 10 things you can note down as well. If you are really struggle to build habits, then you need to know about very important idea. Nothing feels like success. Nothing feel like success is a quotation, or is an idea, or is a reality, that if you are trying to get or achieve certain thing with one method, then that will not work with you or with other. You have to use the other method if you are not becoming successful in something which you are going to achieve. So nothing fail like success. So for example, if you started to weight loss 10 years ago by running, for example, and now today you have put on your weight again, so and you are going to run again on, like 10 years ago you did, possibly you will fail, because the 10 years before you were different, and you reduce your weight with the running, and that may not work today. You must change your method to order to achieve anything other thing. So that is also one of the thing why people don't make habits, or are not successful in building or creating habit, because they are trying from one method only. Try to achieve the method with other way. Take some initiative which no one has taken it. It is your exclusive initiative or method in your life. Try it. That is the idea behind nothing feels like success. The second thing is the magic of repetition. It is a mind-blowing magic, that if you want to create anything, if you want to build habit, if you want to become master in things, if you want to become a public speaker, if you want to become a writer, if you want to become rich, if you want to do anything, just do it, and do it again and again until you become master. That's a magic. And even people who do not have adequate knowledge or sufficient knowledge of something, but only they are repeating their physical activity or their mental activity again and again, then they become master in this. It's a mind-blowing stuff which I can suggest or advise you. Just repeat it and go. If you never run, just go and start to run, and slowly and do again and again. Do every day, every week, and then you start to become a runner. That's just an for example. Also, determination and will is so important. If you do not have a determination and commitment, uh, and your will, that you will definitely achieve this, you will definitely incorporate this habit into you, then you will not be able to create any habit for long term. Determination is so important. That's why the habit number 2, begin with and in mind, is so important, because once person realize that I need to create new habits or build certain type of habit, then they need to uh, write it down as a goal, as a as a support of a determination and will behind this. And also, your mental and physical energy is very important. You must be very active, physically active. You need to have a wise nutrition. You need to do some respiratory exercise or yoga. You need to have a book reading habit. Or nowadays there is a YouTube resources as well. So you must connect with the mental intelligence and physical intelligence if you are going to create habit, because some habits requires your extraordinary energy, and these energy could be the mental energy or the physical energy. And if you don't have these energies, obviously that is going to be difficult. Many people, they have a very good mindset, they have a mental vision about certain things to achieve, but their body does not support, because they have either diseases, or they have a marginally ill related trends, or they have a poor physical energy. So that's why they cannot achieve bigger things in their life. So mental intelligence must be supported by your physical. That's why the activeness, the physical efforts which you are going to do, that must be support with your goals as well. um, Also very important about focus. When you are creating your habit, never try to create other things as well. Must focus on the one thing, only one thing at a time. For example, if you are going to lose your weight, just focus on lose your weight. Just make a mind that I will be slim in next 30 days, and I will be doing these things. I will be doing this thing. And in the meanwhile, you must not be distracted by other urgencies. So you must be focused on the things, and it's scientifically proven you can be focused one thing at a time. So do it, achieve it, and then after that, start another thing. Many people, many people, they become fail. Why? Because they start to do three, four, five things at a time, and obviously they cannot achieve anything. Mostly 99% people, they are fail. And why they are fail? Because they want to achieve in a quicker way all things, and or they are innocent. They are maybe they are have a baby mindset, that they will do all these things all together and they will achieve it. It won't happen. Focus, Brian Tracy says, focus one thing at a time, and then you will achieve it. So that's why the focus is so important. Accountability. If you have started something to achieve, something to form habit, you must have what is called your accountability partner. If you are married, make your partner, husband or wife, as your accountable partner. Or if you don't have, then you can make accountable friend who can give you accountability how you are progressing. Maybe you can hire a coach who or mentor, and share with them you are going to achieve, and now can you become her or his accountable coach. Why it is that? Because again, when you try to build habits, you can be distracted, you can be with low energy, you can be have a low motivation. And on that time, your accountability partner uh, will remind you, will infuse you energy again, that why you wanted to build that habit, or why you wanted to remove or leave that habit. So that's very important. In the beginning, maybe you need help or coaching from other as well. And nowadays, there are many paid coach as well, and uh, volunteer coach people you can find as well. And you need to do this definitely. The third last thing about building the habit, you need to have a reward as well. When you try to build the habit, and if you have achieved any milestone towards your habit or your goal, you need to give your reward as well. And these rewards are very important. How how these rewards are important and why? Because it's our natural instinct that we need to be appreciated by someone, or even yourself, that, oh, you have achieved this, well done, well done, Maratib, you have done this. I do lot of time reward myself by giving like a fish and chips, uh, a yummy food for the night. I do as well. when I start to make goal and I achieve it, and that makes me a very good feeling, and like achiever feelings. This is just an example I'm giving you. So you can give yourself a reward if you are on a milestone towards your journey of achieving your goals or achieving your building the habit. Also, like I earlier said, that nothing feels like success. If you are trying to build habit from one side, from one way, and you are not successful, try to change a method. Maybe there is a lack of information. Maybe, maybe there is a lack of knowledge you have, or there is some missing gap of your knowledge which you are trying to build. So try to rebuild your stuff, and rebuild your knowledge of that particular thing, and then start to achieve again. Try to use the other method, and obviously that you can do again. The last thing which I mentioned already, uh, that you must be spiritually connected with your end result. Give a spiritual connection with your habit. Why you want to build habit, why you want to become like this person, why you want to become this person, and that person will be a completely different if you make connected with your spiritual thing. Because after all, we are not our mind, we are not our body, we are a spiritual being. We are a consciousness, which that consciousness is dragging us, is behind us. And we, if we want to achieve our in this world, we must align our habit, our routine, our lifestyle, our goal, our everyday important works with our consciousness, with our conscious. That is related with spiritual intelligence, which Stephen Covey has discussed in his famous book Eighth Habit, that how spiritual intelligence is so vital, so important, and will make a significant contribution in your life in order to achieving new result, new achievements, and completely, totally a new transformation. It is very important for you as well. So before I close for today's topic about habit, if you have any question, please, you can speak on the Zoom as well, or on the YouTube as well, or you can leave the comment as well until I can see. Let me find if somebody has any question.
Yeah,
Okay.
so my question is, like you said, we have to be consistent, and maybe the values are not, correct. So please, I want, because I struggle most of the times. How can we be consistent? That fire within us. How can we, like, how the habit can align with the true self of a person?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be something artificial, or it shouldn't be something because it's in demand. Because most of the habits that we form, it's because of the fashion or the demand or the society. So there should be something that should align with your values, like you said. So how can we be consistent in that?
Well, that's a very brilliant question. Many people they ask the similar thing. I would say in a different way. If you are really struggling in building a consistency for achieving something, or building some great habits or routines or lifestyle or thinking pattern, or uh, generating a desired result, possibly these what you are going to achieve is not for you. So you need to stop yourself, step back, stop yourself, step back, and reevaluate your whole thing. why you are more struggling in making a consistency? Is it your a physical thing, your physical intelligence is lacking, or it is something you are a low motivation, or you don't have a incorrect information or knowledge about that thing, that is making you inconsistent or irregular, or it is not connected with your spiritual goal or your spiritual end result, which you have not built yet probably. So these are the some questions you need to ask yourself, and you need to answer it properly. One thing is you are just thinking about these things which I'm telling you. Other thing, you can write all these things one by one on your journal, on your notebook, and write it. Why I'm becoming fail? Why I'm not going to be consistent in that thing? What is lag behind physically? What is lag behind mental intelligence point of view? Is it my goal or my routine or my proposed habit connected with some spiritual goal, with some spiritual thing? And answer it. You will get the answer of your own question. And then, obviously, if that habit is or that lifestyle is not for you, then you will leave it and create the new thing. So that's how you can coach yourself. You will become a coach for yourself, and then you will educate yourself by doing, because you are the best person who knows who you are, and who knows what you are going to do, who knows that uh, why it is not going to achieve, rather than if somebody will make a judgment about you, and maybe he or she is not right, because they don't live with you, or even they live with you, they are not living inside of you. Even when many people, they are living under the same house, for example, they are couple, and one person, like a husband or wife, totally misjudge the other person, even though they are living for ages with each other. So why is that? Because of complications a human self has, which he or she knows only about themselves, not other person. So that's why I must say that you must reevaluate the whole journey. Why you are struggling more? It should not be struggled. uh, just you need to push yourself if you want to build habit. I mean, if you are too much struggling, it means that thing is not for you. And then come out and try to connect yourself with other thing. uh, Otherwise you will be confused, or you will be frustrated, you will be in anxiety or fear of failure as well, or lot of things. I hope this answer will clarify your some of the things.
Maratib, I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to add
thank you
to
very
that.
much.
Yeah, Jenny, you have a question? Yeah, please.
Well, I think too, when you're trying to achieve a goal, sometimes it's the priorities that are important too, because like I wanted to build my arms. They had gotten, in a way I didn't like them. And so I wanted to add that to my morning routine. And so I started doing push ups. This was like months ago, right? And so I was all excited about it. And I thought, I'm going to do this first thing right when I get out of bed, right? I'm going to do push ups as soon as I wake up. That's going to be my thing. And I woke up and got out of bed. And of course, my body said, no, we're not going to do those right when you get out of bed, right? But I didn't give up on putting that into my morning ritual. So, I have my prayers first, and then I'll have meditation, and then I'll have my coffee, and then I'll run, and then I put in push ups after the run. So I still got to complete it, but it was my system that was wrong to add that to my new habit. So I prioritized it and I put it in a better spot, then read, then get ready, then go to work. So sometimes it's kind of like, just because the first time you do it doesn't work out, sometimes it can just not be in the right order. You can still achieve the goal. You just have to find out where it belongs.
Yeah.
So you know when people all the time say, I don't have time, I don't have time for this, there's no way I can do it. Well, you can get up 30 minutes earlier if it's a priority. You can make that time if you need to plug that in. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great explanation of what we were discussing. Absolutely. I mean, also one thing I can add, if you add some matter of urgency in your what you are going to achieve or forming the habit, that will also help you, because basically what is our mind respond very correctly if we make a feeling to our brain, our mind, that this is so important and urgent things to achieve, and then you do it, and then our brain unconsciously also start to work for these achievement what you are going to achieve as well. uh, so but like if Jenny has said, she's doing these things every day on a daily basis. uh, if she is able to do it every day for many months, that will part of herself, and then she can't avoid it anymore. Now it will be a part of herself, and now she has to do this every day effortlessly. And how you can do anything effortlessly when, first thing again, if it is spiritually connected with you, if you have amazing physical intelligence, if you have a great reason on a cognition level about what you have done, and the last thing, if you are repeating is again and again and again for many weeks and months, now nobody can take out it away from you. That's the magic behind it. So repetition, spiritual connectivity, uh, feeling confidence, courage, synergistic approach, problem solving capacity, uh, love, peace, believe on affection, believe on love, and that will help you to building new goals and new habits and removing unhealthy habits like we discussed before. uh, so